gabi. So tonight, bagamat, I'm glad we enjoyed our prayer time. As always, nag-i-enjoy tayo, sa pananalangin po natin. Hindi po yun isang bagay na nakasawa na gawin po natin. Hindi po yun paulit-ulit. So ngayon pong gabi, so please pray with me. So we are in our revival month. So I'm praying if it's going to be revival months. Kasi susunod na emphasis natin, family. So iniisip ko ba, it will be family month or family months? So, okay, so ngayon pong gabing ito, please turn to Ecclesiastes. So, bihira tayong pumunta rito, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. Ito po yung isa sa mga poetical books. Okay, Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verses 1 to 6. So ito po ay patungkol sa making vows and in our case, renewing vows. Verse 1, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven, and thou upon the earth. Therefore keep thy words, let thy words be few. For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, but a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words. Verse 4, when thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. It is better that thou shouldest not vow, than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thy hands? So we all make commitments or pledges or vows. And a vow should be taken seriously. So anumang bagay po ito na ipinapangako po natin, hindi lamang na pinapangako sa isa't isa, like marriage is not just a promise to each other, but it is a solemn promise to God. So same thing in the house of God. Kung pwede po natin sabihin, in the church. So we have to take our commitments seriously because ito po yung binibigay natin sa Diyos. So Solomon is writing thousands of years ago. So of course this is before dumating yung church. Okay? But the church is, spiritually the house of God. And ang advice sa atin dito ni Solomon regarding giving vows, huwag tayo padalos-dalos. Don't be rash to, sabi po ito, let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. So, pag nagsabi tayo ng anumang bagay sa Panginoon, let thy words be few. So, last week sinabi natin, hindi yung gaano kahaba, gaano katagal yung prayer, okay? But it's something po that we enjoy doing for the Lord. And while vow is an obligation that we have to the Lord, yet at the same time dapat isipin po natin na ito po isang bagay na ginagawa po natin in order to please God And that in itself, dapat maging kasiyahan po natin yan. Sa verses niya, sabi, for a dream cometh through the multitude of business. So, ano ba yung dream? Di ba dito sa church, parang tayong dream. Dream destination. We will realize that, when we're diligent, through the multitude of business. But a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words. Pero kung puro salita lang po tayo, and we don't do anything, before God, we will not realize our dream. We are fools before the Lord. So kaya nga po mga minamahal, in a sense, di ba, pag yung isang tao, hindi niya tinupad yung pangako niya, minsan iniisip natin na nakaisa siya. Di ba? Nakaloko siya. Kasi nag-promise siya ng isang bagay, okay? Pero promise lang yun. Pangako lang. Pero hindi niya tinupad yung pangako. At maaaring inisip niya na he fooled others. But before God, tayo ang fool. When we do not fulfill our vow. Kaya nga po sabi ni Solomon dito, defer not sa verse 4, when thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it, for He hath no pleasure, in fools. And humanly speaking, sa verse 5, sinasabi niya rito, better it is that thou shouldest not vow. So, mas mabuti, hindi ka na lang nag-promise. Okay? Of course, pero pag mayroong isang bagay na kailangan mo talagang gawin, of course, just do it. Okay? Mas maganda yung ginagawa mo na lang kaysa dun sa nangangako ka lang pero hindi mo ginagawa. And so, in our church, so if I may speak, candidly, kasi alam ko naman na halos lahat ng umaattend dito sa ating church pag Wednesday are, the committed ones. Okay? So I say that sincerely, it takes commitment for you to be here on Wednesday. Okay? As a pastor, of course, ako po, I should not be lacking in commitment also. Pagdating po sa pag-aalaga spiritually ng mga sheep. And at least for me, the calling, I see it as for life. Okay? Because a good shepherd gives his life for the sheep. Not only it means na ang mga pastor willing mamatay para sa church, but willing sila na ibigay nila yung buhay nila. And and not forsake the sheep. Because we are not to be a hireling. So that's what I shared nung last month sa conference, that a pastor sometimes does not fulfill his commitment as a shepherd, because one thing that you cannot do to a flock or to sheep, the worst thing that you can do is to leave them, is to abandon them. At nadudurog ang puso ng Panginoon nung nakita niya yung mga sheep having no shepherd, that they are faint because they are like sheep, having no shepherd. So kahit ano po ang mangyari, dapat by the grace of God, a pastor should not leave the church kung walang suitable na papalit sa kanya. Of course, if I die tomorrow, I don't know what's going to happen. Okay? But ang sinasabi ko lang po sa inyo, di ba, some pastors had this idea na, sandali, may calling sa akin ng Panginoon, never mind this, basta I'm going to do my calling for Him. Well, I think ito dapat yung motto natin, no? Don't abandon ship. Kumbaga sa kapitan ng barko, di ba? Pag lumulubog na yung barko, sinong huling umaalis? Ang masama, no? Lumulubog na yung barko, nasa na yung kapitan? Nawala. Di ba? So sometimes, may mga pastors na ganun, pag nakita nilang andyan na yung wolf, okay, they leave. Lalo na pag nakita nila yung wolf in sheep's clothing, yun ang mabigat sa lahat. So, iniiwanan nila yung sheep sa mga wolves. So that is something that shouldn't happen. But yung commitment po, at least para sa amin, it seems to be indefinite. But for you, okay, for those who are, average members, I feel that it should be, meron pong hangganan. Okay? So kaya nga po dito sa church, when we volunteer, when we commit ourselves, gusto kong makita nyo na hindi po ito hanggang mamatay kayo. Okay? So, tuturo kayo ng Sunday school, magtuturo kayo ng center, or you have this Bible study or whatever, there has to be a time na, sige, hanggang dito lang, and tingnan natin kung itutuloy pa natin. Okay? So, because this is not something po, that is going to determine if the church is going to continue or not. So, even sa mga sa staff natin sa school, and praise God, they're here for many years. But you know what? They decide every year, okay, am I going to continue? Am I going to continue? So, ibig sabihin nun, meron tayong vow, okay, but I think it's more helpful for us to renew it. Okay? Sa Sunday school, di ba? So, hindi po yun na diyan ka na hanggang, hanggang maubos ang mga estudyante. Hindi po. So, there's a point that we look at what we have done, and kung kalooban pa ng Panginoon, we commit ourselves again. Whether that is 6 months or 1 year, or 2 years, okay lang po yun. Pero sa mga pastors po, I've shared this that sa US po, the average time that a pastor stay in a church is 18 months. So after that, they're not happy anymore, or the church is not happy with them anymore, and then they leave. So sana po, okay, sa atin, okay, we have to see na yung vow po natin, meron pong hangganan po yan. Okay, hindi ho tayo lahat katulad ni sino ba to? Ni Samson. He was a Nazirite, meron siyang vow as a Nazirite for life. Kaya mahaba yung buhok niya. Pero normally, a Nazirite, when you take the vow of a Nazirite, merong po yan. Okay, that's just 1 year or a few months. So, it takes a special calling na masasabi po natin to do something, just one thing, for life. So that's why we have to tingnan natin, ano ba yung commitment natin? Okay? Tayo ba'y nagmadali na, sige, gagawin ko ito hanggang mamatay ako? Well, think again. Because a vow that you do to the Lord, maybe the Lord wants you to do it realistically, maybe for a couple of months or even years. Of course, meron po tayong mga basic vows in the house of God. Of course, to worship. Meron tayong pledges, So, paglabas ng ating yearbook, malapit na lumabas yan, makikita nyo ulit yung membership pledge. And we have the commitment as members to worship, to pray, and to support the ministry. And many of us have signed that. Pero you know what? I think every 5 years, we update it. We have you sign it again. Para maalala natin na ito, importante ito. At maalala natin na yung pagiging member natin, yung commitment natin as members, we fulfill it. And for those of you who know me, I don't want anybody dito po sa church natin to fulfill anything out of guilt. I don't preach, to make you guilty, and pag guilty na kayo, then mapipilitan kayo to do something. No. I want you to serve out of joy. I don't want you to serve out of awa. Nakakaawa naman ang mga pastor. Kawawa. Hindi po kami kaawa. Nag-enjoy nga kami. At least, I'm enjoying it. Diba? Kawawa naman yung mga missionaries. Suportahan natin sila. No, don't do that. Never out of guilt, and of course not out of pity, but of a willing spirit, enjoy. But, we make promises, di ba? Nangangako tayo na, Panginoon, gagawin ko ito. Meron tayong tinatawag na resolution, and that is where we sin. With our lips. Because in the Bible, vows are voluntary. Voluntary po yan. But once they are made, it is binding. So sabi nga sa Deuteronomy, yung rules, Deuteronomy 23, verse 21 to 23. So binigay ni Moses dito yung rule sa making a vow. When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord, thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it, for the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it would be sin in thee. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee. And that which is gone out of thy lips, thou shalt keep and perform, even a free will offering, according as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God, which thou hast promised with thy mouth. So ang sabi dito ni Moses, if you don't make any promise, then hindi ka nagkasala. You have not sinned. But if you vow a vow unto the Lord will surely require it of thee, and it would be sin in thee. Kasi ito po ay sinasabi ni Moses dito, as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God, and which thou hast promised. So promise po natin ito sa ating Panginoon. So going back to Ecclesiastes, isang way na sinasabi po natin para maka-escape tayo sa ating commitments. Dito po sa verse number 6. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. Neither say thou before the angel, it was an error. Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thy hands? So Solomon says here, don't cause yourself to sin by saying, nagkamali ako. It was an error. Oops. Sorry. nagkamali ako. But you already made your vow. You already made your promise. Kasi sabi, don't say before the angel. Na yung angel po rito, may not be yung angel, yung spirit, but the angel here, an angel is a messenger. So this refers to yung priest sa temple. Okay? So, a messenger. Pwede na sabihin, isang pastor o missionary. So when you vow a vow, and then later on, mukhang hindi ko yata magagawa itong vow na ito. Don't go to the missionary or pastor and say, hindi yata kalooban ng Diyos. Well, don't say that. Don't say it's an error. Because that is something that you should have taken seriously, in the first place. Of course, we are not God. Okay, we just, listen to kung ano man yung sabihin sa atin. Okay? Pero ito, let's be cautious, when we're making promises. Okay? I'm going to say this very carefully, to our missionaries. How many of you have promised to a missionary? Of course, we all promise to pray for them. And that's general. Pero wag ho tayong mangako sa missionary na, I'll do this for you. Okay? Maybe he will forget that you made that promise. Pero alam niyo po, God remembers it. Okay? Maybe it's providential that we don't do faith promise anymore. Okay? Pero beyond that, okay, some of us, maaring nagbigay ng promise. Okay? And sometimes I'm a bit, embarrassed, and of course, I don't fault our missionaries, pero sometimes they ask about some people. Pastor, asan na ba si ganito, ganyan? Andiyan pa naman. Kasi may promise siya sa akin eh. Ganun ba? So, sayang. Okay? Don't, some of them may expect, most of them will not expect. Okay? And I don't fault those who expect. Okay? Hindi ko sinisisi yung mga nag-expect na pinangakuan sila ng suporta, ng tulong, or, gagawin ko to para sa iyo. You know what? God's not going to bless us. Because that promise is not made to the Lord. Okay? So, I could go on with that, pero I'll stop there. Now, yung mga obligations po natin sa church, as I've said, I feel some freedom to be able to say this because we're a family here. So, katulad sa isang pamilya, ang isang magulang, pinapaalala sa atin yung mga obligations po natin. Okay? Ito ang sabihin ko sa inyo, you know me. Okay? If you say, Pastor, I can't do this, I can't attend one of the service, you know what? If you have to go, then go ahead. Okay? I won't feel bad. Talaga, honest. I never feel bad. Kung hindi magagawa po na isang tao. If you need to go to work, or if you need to meet somebody, then, okay, go ahead. minsan dumating talaga yung ganong pagkakataon. Okay? So kaya nga pag-service po natin, no? So una yung service natin, anong susunod? Sunday school. Okay? So some people see that na, pwede naman pala hindi umattend eh. Hindi naman pala required eh. So, I would say a few people, leave. Minsan hindi pa nga tayo tapos, they leave. Maybe they have to go to work, I assume. Maybe they have to, meet somebody. So, yun na lang po iniisip ko. Okay? Pero, hindi naman siguro palaging ganun. Di ba po? So, kaya nga po, I don't obligate people to worship God. Because if you obligate people to worship God, that defeats the purpose, of pleasing God. Pero ito lang po sabihin ko sa inyo, it's not a very good example. Because kung sasabihin natin sa mga bata, you should be in Sunday school, and you don't do it, then ito lang po sabihin ko sa inyo, in this family, it's not going to be a good example to our children, to our young people. Okay? Sana, Pastor, sabihin mo yan sa linggo. Well, maybe. Okay, I will. But yun nga po, I don't want to motivate out of guilt. Okay? So ito pa isang bagay, So kaya nga po, after ng message po natin, I make myself available to anybody who would want to talk to me for prayer and for counseling. Okay? And sometimes that may be a good opportunity to counsel them. Kasi it's after the service, pag nangungusap sa kanila ang Panginoon. But seldom I see some people na parang nasa limbo. Okay? Wala sa Sunday school at hindi rin naman umuwi. Okay? So just loitering around. Okay? And they're not little kids, by the way. They're just, waiting for the Sunday school to end so that they will enjoy the fellowship afterwards. I tell those people, just go home. Umuwi na lang. If you're not going to attend Sunday school, just go home na lang. Kasi why are you waiting here? Why don't you go up or go to your class? I'm serious, I've seen some people, and they're just, parang mga espiritong hindi mapakali. They're just there, sabi ko. So, para akong principal pag sabi ko, cutting class ka. Okay? Papauwiin kita. Okay? So, unless you need my counsel, then, I'm available. Pero did we not promise to the Lord, di ba, to support this ministry, to support each other, di ba? Even if it's just by example, kung hindi kayo nabibless sa Sunday school, then that's your problem. Problema mo yun, kung hindi ka nabibless. But you need to go. Because that is what you signed up for. That is what you promised. Kasi yung teacher, nag-volunteer yan. Nag-sign up yan. To be there every Sunday. For you. And for the Lord. Di ba? So, kaya nga po, this is applicable to many things. So ito lang sabihin ko sa inyo. uh, if we have to choose between the lesser evil, then wag na lang tayo mag-promise. Okay? Because nobody is going to feel bad, if we don't make commitments. But at the same time, okay, gusto ko pong sabihin sa inyo, people still see you. They are looking at you. And and they're thinking, how is this fellow gonna grow sa kanyang pananampalataya? Because that's also how we grow strong. When we make commitments and we ask God's help na tulungan tayo na gawin yung commitment na yan. It's not a commitment for life. It's just, a commitment that you have to do until a certain time. And if you honor that, then God's going to bless you. But if not, tingnan mo yung sinasabi ng Panginoon dito, Ang sabi ng Panginoon sa Ecclesiastes, He will destroy the work of your hands, in verse 6. Wherefore, should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands? Nothing that you will do will ever prosper because hindi ka marunong tumupad ng commitment mo sa Panginoon. God is not going to bless the work of your hands. Ano man yung bagay na pinagkakaabalahan mo. So that's all I have to say. Sige po, so bago po tayo magtapos sa panalangin. So today is the last Wednesday, nagagawin po natin ito. Next week, okay, please be advised dun po sa change. Okay? Ihuhuli ho natin yung prayer. Okay? So, mauuna po yung Bible study o yung message. Now, ginawa na po natin ito dati, pero bibigyan lang natin ng advice yung ilan po, Ang advantage po nito, hindi tayo bitin. Siguro hindi bitin yung magbe-message. Okay? At hindi rin bitin yung mga nagpe-pray. So, ang advice lang dito, if you're a driver and you think, you're going to stay much later than the rest, then I suggest that you don't park blocking the entrance. Okay? So ito lang po, just a fair warning po, If you are praying and you're blocking the entrance, I will tap you, okay? Pwede bang mahiram yung yung susi mo para okay? Because, hindi ho tayo pare-pareho ng commitment sa prayer time. Okay, maybe you need more time to pray, but the others have to do something else. Okay, so next Wednesday po, first Wednesday of July. So pag ma-miss niyo yung Bible study, so ibig sabihin po nun, hindi pa tayo uuwi. Meron pa tayong prayer. Okay? Unless you just want to go home, that's fine. Okay? Sige po, so tayo po yung manalangin. Maraming po salamat sa iyo, Panginoon Diyos. Tulungan mo nga po, Panginoon, kami that we take the opportunity, Lord, na kami po ay tumupad sa ayon po mga pinangako, Panginoon, sa iyo. And Lord, probably many of them, it's just between you and us, you and me. And still, Lord, we want to honor you. And it's not necessary, Lord, to impress other people by our commitment. But higit sa lahat po, Panginoon, nais po namin kayong mabigyan ng kasiyahan. Maraming po salamat sa iyo. Ingatan mo nga po, Panginoon, kami lahat sa aming pong pagbalik sa aming mga tahanan. Sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen.